All right, everybody. So I want to share another experience that I've had, and actually it's been multiple experiences where for the 18, 19, 20-year-old realtors or people who are getting in the business around that age, you're going to hear this a lot from people who reject you for business. And it might seem like a compliment at first. And with the first few times that you get this compliment, you might feel good about yourself, which, it's kind of foolish if you hear what I have to say. But it's the whole concept of, sugarcoating things, sugarcoating a reason as to why people don't choose you for business, and hiding the true statements behind why they didn't choose you to sell or buy their home, right? And after numerous instances where people decide to go with other realtors, after different appointments, people say they chose another realtor because of X, Y, and Z reasons. I started to break down the things that people say and try to see between the lines of what I could have done differently, or what approach I was giving, and what people were expecting out of someone like me, right? So you're going to hear this phrase quite often if you're within the ages of 18, 19, 20 years old, when people choose other people for business, right? So the most recent experience, I'll give you an example, was yesterday at a listing presentation. Did my thing, presented, gave the price, negotiated my terms, and of course they were interviewing two other realtors, which is common in my area. And the day afterwards, seller called, left me a voicemail saying they chose another realtor. Okay, cool, right? And the other realtor happened to be the number one team in my office and the top ranked realtors in the LA coastal region. So it's kind of an uphill battle that I was facing, right? Of course, I called the seller back, was asking for some feedback as to why they chose the other realtor, and to my surprise, everything was pretty similar in terms of service, marketing, pricing, negotiations, tactics for getting the home sold. The main difference that the seller pointed out was the confidence level and the experience that the other agent had, right? So to put it bluntly, the other agent had 30 years of experience, which is twice the age that I am. So I can't really compare to that. And they didn't make a wrong decision. They made the right one for them. But the thing that really started to irk me was when the seller said, hey, I know you're really young, because she knew how old I was. I know that you're really young and you just got out of school and you've been in the business not too long, but I really compliment you on the professionalism and the way you carry yourself and the presence that you exhibit for someone your age. And I wish you the best of luck, and I know you will have a bright future, right? Now, of course, I'll take that compliment as it is, and I truly appreciate the kind words that people say. But here's the dark side about that. Here's a side that no one really tells you about. Number one, shouldn't every real estate agent have a service that is professional, have a presence that is, speaking of professionalism, and carry themselves in a way where it is, of maturity, sincere respect, and authority? Because we are professionals after all. We're here to solve a problem, and we shouldn't act like freaking kids, because that's the standard of our industry, is it not? So to let that compliment sink into your head of you being professional, it's a standard. It's like when someone's trying to interview you for a job and you're trying to sell yourself to the employer saying, hey, the main difference between me and the other people you're interviewing is that I work hard. Really? That's what you're going to say? Shouldn't everybody be working hard? Right? Tim Grover puts it pretty well in his book, Relentless. Right? So that's number one. Number two, there's got to be a reason why they didn't choose you. Right? And especially for logical, factual-based people, it makes sense why they chose someone who is more experienced, sold more homes, and has repeatedly been top ranked in the area to choose as their realtors. I understand that part. But the sellers being emotional, they said to me, hey, we had a gut feeling that the other realtors were better. And I asked them what that gut feeling was like for them, what the difference was between me and the other realtor. They said everything was pretty much the same except the confidence level and the gut feeling. So I said to myself, if something's unexplainable as to why they chose the other realtor instead of myself, then most definitely it had to do with my language patterns, the way I presented myself, my confidence. And really, if I could say why they chose the other realtor, that was probably it, right? Because I did practice my presentations a lot, and I guess with that unique situation, there were some unexpected factors that led to me being a little bit nervous, which I guess showed itself, and it will happen. You know, you'll make sense of it later and you'll learn about it. But again, to drive home the second point, there's always something that you did to ensure your own downfall. It's not someone else, it's not the other realtor. You can't blame it on any other people. You got to take ownership of the situation, and you got to take ownership of your own faults and the reason why they didn't choose you, right? It could have been the way you sell yourself. It could have been the way you handle your services. It could have been just damn well your experience. And again, there are some things that you can't control, and you just got to acknowledge that part, right? So I don't know if there's a third reason that I wanted to add, but let's just give it those two. Number one is, I forgot what I said. There's a lot of things running on my mind, but you know what it is. Don't take that compliment for what it is. Like the saying that people have, don't take no for an answer. Don't take a compliment for a reason why people didn't choose you as a realtor, right? The very fact that you are 18, 19, or 20 years old shouldn't mean that a compliment should give you a reason why people didn't choose you. Dig deeper. Ask them better questions. What about this other realtor was different about my services that allowed you to choose him, not me? And skip the whole age part for a second. Skip the whole professionalism, the way I carry myself. That doesn't matter. Imagine if I was 31 years old, right? And if I had 10 years of experience. If that was the case, what factors led to a decision other than choosing me, right? Be fierce in asking those questions. Be unrelenting, because this is what allows you to get better in your service. Feedback is critical. Losses are what lead to you getting better. So don't take those compliments for an answer, right? Just like how you handle criticism or haters, you just brush them off your shoulders. The best way that you're able to do that is to also handle compliments the same way, right? If you are emotionally invested into compliments, you're not going to receive criticism very well, right? So I hope this video helps. Once again, I'm more about the logical, factual stuff in this business, not so much about the emotional parts that people like to share. And I'm all about self-improvement, improving not only your business, but your own personal life. And these two things are highly correlated. So if you find something interesting, leave it down in the comments below. If you want to share something that you experienced as well that I could learn from, let me know as well. All right, so quick side note, I know I haven't been posting a lot on YouTube, and quite frankly, it's not my career, right? I got other shit to focus on, and there's just too much stuff for me to do to consistently say that YouTube is something that I want to, keep posting on. So, but I do appreciate everyone's support. And if you like my content, subscribe, share it, do what you want. I do oppose people who say that you got to turn on the notification bell. Get your shit done first before you watch any YouTube video. Get your work done, right? So I'll see you on the next one.